Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to my world. South Jersey Pete here. Welcome to South Jersey. Come on in, guys. Come right on in. Let's sit down and have a little powwow. I think it's time for a powwow. Guys, I can't help but yesterday there was a video put out. I'm not saying what channel name it is or anything like that because I tend to get in trouble every time I do this stuff. But you know something? I sometimes have a problem with holding my tongue. That's the Italian in me, guys. That's all that aggression, all that Italian built up in me. I'm just kidding. Anyway, there was a video put out yesterday once again about freaking benchmade, about benchmade and its hardness and the new knife that came out and the what's that steel? The 3 M3 or whatever that new steel is out on the new bug out, the carbon fiber bug out, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just funny. The kid has to be young, super young. You could tell by the way he's talking on the video, and they're saying, "I'm not ever gonna buy another benchmade again." All this stuff, and he goes into detail about how benchmade is bending everybody over and all this stuff, and I'm like, really? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, I couldn't even imagine saying, I'm never going to buy another, it don't even have to be benchmade. But I'm just saying, these people are so mad and so adamant about benchmade, they are totally thinking they're being bent over, man. Over nothing. Over the Rockwell hardness on these blades. This blade, I mean, they're just, I just can't. I can't imagine how somebody could get that mad. And it's just not. Oh, they said on the person said that the email that Benchmade gave back to this person was totally inappropriate and all this other stuff and yada yada. Well, yeah, I guess they're standing up for themselves. I guess they're about this point. I guess they're about pissed off now, listening to all this stuff about Rockwell hardness on their blades. You know what I mean? Beating the snot off of Benchmade. Benchmade's been around for the longest time. Benchmade makes a quality freaking knife, man. I've been in this game for years and years and years. Throughout the years, I hear everybody saying, I'm not going to buy a Benchmade because their grinds are always off. What? What do you mean your grinds are always off, dude? I always get a Benchmade. My Benchmades are fine. I don't sit there with a microscope and examine if it's off just a hair on either side. Oh, it's off. I'm sending it back to Benchmade because their grinds are off. Get out of here, man. It seems like people don't. It's like the neighbor that doesn't have anything better to do with their time except call the cops on everybody and run out their front door, chasing the person that stepped foot on their pretty little plush lawn. It's kind of like that, you know what I mean? That's how I think of it. You know, if people are going to get that hard up over an edge on a knife, and I'm not going to carry Benchmade no more because their fit and finish is no good. I'm done with them. I am done. How are you done? How do you make that kind of accusation with one of the top companies, one of the top knife companies out there? Are they really that bad? I mean, why? I mean, first it was the gun thing that they were, what was that thing? They were, Benchmade was blowing up guns in the parking lot or something or whatever, and everybody jumped on that bandwagon and said, I am not buying another Benchmade because they are not for guns. They do not like guns. What? I mean, come on, man. Do we really care? Do we really care? I never even hear that stuff. It goes in one ear and out the other. When I want a Benchmade, I go right online and buy it. I don't care about that stuff. I could care less about that. And furthermore, the person was testing, jamming this knife through a can or something like that, and it rolled. And it rolled. The steel rolled apparently, and you know, this other person jumped on the channel. He followed suit with this other clown, and now he had to do a video on the Rockwell hardness. I'm not mentioning any names. Then he went on his little, I don't even call it a rant. It was his pure stupidity. He went on this thing about how he's not going to buy Benchmade no more and all this other stuff. Absolutely ridiculous. Redonkulous, right? I don't know. I'm going to keep on buying my Benchmades. This Benchmade, this video is for Benchmade, man. Benchmade. Love Benchmade. There ain't nothing wrong with Benchmade. I can care less. I can care less if this... Hey, if you're jamming this thing into a can and steel, and you're jamming this thing right down into steel and all this other stuff, well, then you deserve to get your blade rolled on. You really deserve it if you're doing that to your blade. You deserve to get your blade rolled on. You know what I mean? I don't know. Half these videos out there, these guys, I'm going to test my knife. I'm going to see if I jam it in a piece of concrete, if it'll break. I'm just going to take my blade and jam it as hard as I can into a piece of concrete. I want to see if it holds up. Then the gosh darn blade breaks and everything else. I'm not buying that product no more because it's junk. It broke. It don't withstand. It's not strong enough. It's this, it's that. What? It's all young kids, man, putting these... It's all young people, you know what I mean? You could tell. It's all young people. That's all it is. Doing these silly videos with this testing stuff and the way they don't abuse a knife. I mean, these people are abusing $100, $200 knives. So, it didn't hold up. Look at it. It's fine. No wobble, no wiggle, no nothing. What? That knife is beat to snot, man, regardless whether it held up or not. There's nothing you're going to be able to do with that knife. That knife is destroyed, dude. Whether you think so or you know so or not, that knife is beat to hell, man. I just can't figure out why somebody would take a knife like this and just jam it in just to test its strength and test to see if the steel is going to roll, if the steel will break. That's not knives aren't made for that kind of stuff. Why we test knives like that? This knife here will last me a lifetime. It'll last me a lifetime. Just normal use, even above normal use. Like, you don't have to go crazy with the thing just to prove that the steel is weak or something like that. I would never do that. I would never spend, I'm just saying, let's just say this knife was $150. I would not get this knife through the mail and test the hardness on it just to say, I want to see if S30V is strong enough and see if it rolls. You're doing all that to see if the blade rolls. Man, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old. Like I said, I'm just an old man. You know what I mean? I'm 47 years old. I know all these guys on here are just young bucks. All right? I get that. Maybe I'm just an old man. But I would never think about taking my knife outside and testing it on concrete and running it over with my car and all. I'm going to see if these scales are strong enough. Look, they bend in the middle. They bend. I'm going to run my car over with it and see if it holds up. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Just why? There's no good reason. There's just absolutely no good reason on why you would do that to a $150 knife. And even if that knife held up, that knife is destroyed. You don't realize it, but that knife suffered some type of stress on that blade and on that handle. You may not see it visually by the eye, but when you test a knife like that, even if you say, oh, it's fine, that blade is not fine. It's not fine. I don't know, guys. It's just me. But I just wanted to say hello. I'm just saying, I'm a Benchmade fan. I could care less about the steel. I said it before. I love this blade, this 3V. I don't care about that blade being soft. It's plenty strong enough for me, and it happens to be the smoothest knife I have in the collection. Absolutely by far the smoothest knife in my collection. And it's the sliciest thing. It is thin. That blade stock is thin as paper. I don't have a knife that's that thin, that stock. I enjoy cutting with this thing. It is a blast. It's a great knife, dude. That is a great knife. I don't even, when I pick this knife up, I don't think about this. Never do I think about once the softness on this steel, saying that 3V is soft and can I use it or will it hold up? Sure, that knife will hold up. There ain't nothing I'm doing with that knife out of the ordinary, nothing crazy. That knife is fine. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments. I don't know what you guys think about the Benchmade. Do you guys like Benchmade? Do you guys think this is all, it's coming up again with this steel being soft again and everybody's not buying Benchmade again for some reason? I don't know. Let me know, guys, in the comments, please. It's a crazy world out there. Go Benchmade!